Alrighty, we're back for one final game. Number 3, Drexel. Number 6, Pittsburgh. Fox still with me as the East Regional closes out its opening round action here with Drexel in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's got to be better late than never, right, Nation? Because both of these teams a little bit tardy, as well, it was the story of Pittsburgh being slightly more late than Drexel. They were outlated, but that is okay because 30 teams so far have found their outcome in the round of 32, with 15 of those teams advancing into the weekend and 15 of those teams being eliminated, and Zerf is going to eliminate the 0 on Drexel's scoreboard nice and early as Barron with the give and go. Great catch out of Zerf, and that is going to be goal number 1 immediately, as we are looking for the 16th team to stamp their ticket in and the 16th team to be eliminated. Nation, Drexel off to a good start.
The drag into Drexel from just outside of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I can't do geography, Fox, but Zerf and this Drexel team very, very talented. A national title appearance just a couple of seasons ago, lost to Akron, and a Final Four last season, lost to Michigan State. So they've made deep runs in this tournament. I expect another one here.
This one's going to be forged into the corner. Barron trying to find something midfield. It'll be taken away, and Pitt is going to at least attempt to make it through midfield. It's Messi. Messi making plays on the pitch. We have heard that before in many a sport, but especially Rocket League as well. Messi in the corner is going to wait for that touch. Fended away thanks to his team's defense. But Drexel not quite done yet. Some good pressure out of Drexel. That miss from Barron going to set back the attack by a couple seconds. Gives Pitt a chance to get back, and they will cover the house quite well. But Drexel making life difficult so far. Duke with a nice handoff looking for a passing play. Doesn't really work out, and something we've been seeing a lot from Drexel, you have a lot of players rushing and trying to challenge the Pittsburgh players whenever they have got the ball on their car, although there's not going to be anyone to challenge this one. It's all the way in, and Duke ties us up.
Pittsburgh on the board. It's Duke, and the captain gets his team started. Fox 1-1, 3:20 left to go on the clock, a minute 40 gone. We're equal at 1 apiece.
Pretty sure Duke was the one that was available from the start for Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken, Nation.
Correct.
And that was might be playing into the fact as to why he is ready to go. Feels like he has started off nice and quick for his team. Now he will forge the ball ahead after the steal. Gets it taken away by Barron, but Messi's waiting. Messi drop towards goal. Kevin's going to have to fend that one off, and does. But the return to sender right back towards midfield. Demo's not going to do much for Pitt, as the Drexel player does get back in time just to watch Barron take this ball aerial. Not much there as a good cover here for Pitt. And now the drop down, looking for something midfield. Drexel doing pretty well in coverage, but Pittsburgh has stepped things up. That opening minute looked a little bit sloppy. Second minute, where they tied the game, looking much better.
2:35 left to go, and no guard again for Drexel tonight. It's Barron stepping in, and he's technically now the sub, and this is his final rodeo, Fox. He's a senior. He just graduated, and so this is his last little dance in the CCS championships.
Well, congrats. Enjoy the graduation gift, which is more Rocket League. That is awesome to hear. Congrats to anyone making it through. I know your CCS career might be coming to a close, but graduation is always a huge accomplishment. That one's going to be forged away. Good play out of Duke, making that stop. Staying with the ball, keeping things nice and safe. But here comes Drexel yet again, putting the pressure on that defense for Pittsburgh. Dropped up, popped up, collected, and knocked away. Hatarubi, though, lost the ball. Zerf looking for something off that backboard, covered again. Drexel, they've got some good ability to get to the ball. It's what they do with their touches, just like that is biting them and ends up in the back of their nets. Drexel did so well sending players to the ball, but Kevin there just sends the ball into open territory. Hatarubi says, thank you very much. Let's fire this one all the way down and into the net.
And Hatarubi going to find an opener. 2-1 as the series score is now fixed. I forgot to take that off from the last series. Minute 30 though, still to go. This is game 1. It is again 0-0 as Pitt leads by 1 with 90 seconds left. Drexel off to a rough start.
Pitt has made a game out of this. Drexel started hot early. They have since cooled and has been all of the team in yellow since then. That's a double out of Drexel. Now can Zaref make up for it? His touch, he gets bumped off the ball. It will be cleared. Dumped all the way down, and right now the time not on Drexel's side. Pitt yet again to the sky. Messi goes for a bump, doesn't get a piece. Will bounce out to midfield. Kevin going to try and lurk there. Zaref has the ball, has some boost, fakes out the oncoming challenge there from Messi, but he goes to wall. Gets a good touch. Drexel, they're in need of something here in the final seconds, and they might get it here. Kevin's shot goes wide. Still, it is a Pittsburgh lead here in the final dying time in this opening game.
40 seconds to go, Barron. Across, can't find Zerf as Ruby will launch this one forward. Now Zerf across the left wing here. No one home as Barron tries to help the defender, and Kevin left alone now. Back end defense. Barron still in control. Zerf will bring it back across open space, and they're just going left and right. They're not moving forward.
Zaref with the carry, finds Barron. That's going to be a touch up. It waterfalls down. Messi's got the opening touch, but Kevin puts it right back into danger. Here's a shot from Zaref. Tries to go behind Messi, but he stayed put, ready for that pass, and now it's Kevin with a beautiful feed out of Barron, and the Dragons have drawn level with only 4 seconds left on the clock.
Drexel gets us back to level. 4 seconds left to go, and Fox, I got to ask you, can the Panthers slay the Dragon here tonight in the opening round?
Well, right now it is time to lock in. One more goal is what both teams need to get first blood here. It was right on the doorstep. Duke couldn't flick the ball up. The demo had come through. The last Dragon had fallen. However, Pittsburgh did not finish the game. They go for another bump play, but Kevin with ice in his veins lets Messi go right on by. Keeps things level for now. The Panthers back on to attack. Duke is going to leave this one. Messi in forward. A couple of boost steals here for Pitt. They have got lots in the tank to work with. They're going to take out Barron in the net. Messi had a little bit of a sloppy touch there. Good play out of Drexel, and now Kevin will clear. They do escape that outnumbered opportunity after the demo. Nice and clean here in OT. This game, just like we have seen earlier tonight, this game and this series could go either way. It's what you like to see. You like to see competition as these two teams fight to play through the weekend. That is a awkward touch or lack thereof from Kevin. And again, another play into midfield nation. Barron went to try and get a pass play. Nobody was there. Nobody called him off. And that ball falls right into Pittsburgh's lap, and they've got game one because of that.
1-0 for Pittsburgh, who, again, have also not really had a ton of success in this tournament in the past. Get a much-needed and a well-rounded start to this series. It's 1-0. Something
I love to see is Duke's score. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even a number order like that. You love to see it. But as for Drexel, they started to get their bearings a little bit. They had some great plays with each other, but 2 goals ends up in the back of their net from the same corner. They put the ball in midfield looking for something and trying to figure out a passing play, but nobody was home, and it goes right to a Pittsburgh player lurking there in nets. Ball management at this stage in the tournament is crucial, and Drexel, they paid for it with a series opening loss there in game 1 thanks to the 2 goals against.
They got a couple of shots that just kind of fell their way, and maybe luck was a little on the side, but they also had that look at the end of regulation with the net wide open. We're seconds away from ending it in regulation, but they do get it done in overtime. We're on to game 2. Pittsburgh now could look for a 2-0 hole for the Drexel Dragons here in the opening round of 32.
But the way that first game went, it could go either way. A 2-0 series lead or a best of 5. Nation, did I just see what I think I see?
Yes.
I see not one, but 2. 2 Scarabs on the side of Drexel.
It's what Drexel's notorious for. This is an open net. Ruby will turn it in. 4:49. It's 1-0.
It's not a good start for the Scarabs. Kevin jumped for that one, realizes, I don't have the boost. And that mistake is going to cost his team another opening goal. Zaref, the only member who has not stepped foot into a Scarab. Don't blame him for that. Has a couple Scarabs on the pitch, ready to go. Actually, Kevin, did he change his I'm not quite sure what happened. I don't know if Kevin changed his preset or what. I thought it was 2 scarabs. Maybe it was only 1. I'm not sure. I might be mistaken here, Nation. Either way, we play on. There is a scarab still on the pitch belonging to Baron. This goal is going to head on in thanks to Hota Ruby, who has found their goal-scoring touch in the last couple of minutes of this series.
Usually they don't go to scarabs till they're on match point, but 4:25 to go. This is a normal occurrence for Drexel. They do this a lot.
Yeah, my apologies on the missed scarab. I was actually seeing the same scarab twice. My bad on that one, but it is only Baron in the scarab, and now here he comes trying to look for something. He fended off. Zerf, his pass towards midfield. Holtz Ruby plays it right into Baron. He's going to pop this one up. Duke will send that one to midfield. Kevin's got the touch. Kevin with a good play. Baron putting it for Kevin. The passing play here for the Dragons yet again. Not much comes in terms of shooting, and the third man, Baron, does get taken out. That is a scarab getting squashed there on the field, but he is back on the respawn, ready to contribute for his team. Kevin getting dunked immediately. Will put this ball forward. Shot on goal from the scarab. Hits the crossbar. And the rebound falling to Duke, but he's got to play this one carefully. Drexel starting to come to life a little bit with a little bit of offense here to try and fight back. A 2-0 deficit. Great save out of Duke there to keep this one at 2-0.
3:27 left to go. Surf couldn't put that one through. Barrett off the left wall. No one home. Kevin last alive will chase it down into the lower left corner. Hoda Ruby back to midfield. Surf launching back to center field of this ball. And again, it just... Pittsburgh's offense has really started to level things up, and Drexel's just hasn't been able to find its rhythm quite yet through, again, 7 minutes here.
Drop down pass there was a good idea, but it was well read, well executed there by the defense. Not really deceptive enough to fool the Panthers on that one. Now here they come, getting a bump on Kevin. The Panthers are on the prowl, looking to put a 3-0 lead up on this board and drop Drexel into a 2-0 series deficit. On the other side, the Dragons trying to claw and fight their way back. You have to play this one carefully. That's a shot towards goal. Kevin with a good save. Not much boost there for him. And now Barron almost a sidewall redirect. Wouldn't it be something to get a sidewall redirect CCS Twitter-worthy clip, but it comes from a scarab? That would be insane.
2:20 left to go here. Hoda Ruby to midfield. Fires a little high. Rebound. Barron off the clear. Pops it up for Kevin. He's got nothing. We'll give it to Zerf. Fires on target at the corner. Hoda Ruby. Easy save. 2-minute warning. It's 2-0 for Pitt.
It's a good bump there, but the ball does end up all the way in Drexel's half. This is not where they need it to be. Thankfully for them, they still have about 2 minutes left here, but they can't fall down 3-0. That is absolutely out of the question right now because Drexel struggling to find offense. You definitely don't want to try and fend yourself back from a 3-0 hole in the score sheet. And that's a good play from Kevin. Has beaten 2 players, but the captain is back. Duke now towards midfield. Faces Zerf one-on-one. Gets the ball through him. Sets up Hoda Ruby now. His touch will fall into Drexel hands. Kevin steals it away. Got to be careful if you're Drexel. Couple of communication breakdowns here in the opener of these 2 games has really led to a couple good Pittsburgh chances. Got to use each other. Got to stay in comms and keep things going to try and come back here in game 2.
Minute 18 and Pitt against Box through 9 minutes has gotten a really good start that probably as good of a start that you can ask for against a very talented roster that's been Drexel over the last year in CCS, and it's only going to get better in the fall with guard. And a minute left to go here in game 2. It's Messi for a third. It's Messi finds a 3-0 lead.
And speaking of Messi, just some messy play here in the defensive zone for Drexel. The ball got knocked around a little bit. Barron with a touch. Unable to be found there by Zerf or Barron. It will pop out right into Pitt's hands. That is going to be a 3-0 mountain here in the final minute for Drexel to try and climb. Otherwise, they're going to be starting from the base of a 2-0 series deficit. Trying to find themselves at the peak. Again, a trip to the round of 16 is on the line for both of these 2 teams. The final match in the round of 32. You are enjoying it here and now and watching Pittsburgh really take it to Drexel and starting to make the Dragons rethink whether or not they'll be ready to play this weekend.
Gotta get through tonight first. And number 2, Louisiana awaits the winner of this set, Fox. And the Raging Cajuns, we talked a lot about them this season. We've gotten to watch a lot of their games together this season, and you know how tough that defense is. And that could be a real challenge for Pittsburgh and Drexel to work through on Friday.
Yep, things just not able to come to fruition. Drexel, 0 goals with a Scarab on the field. Was the Scarab the reason for a shutout? Either way, Pittsburgh has got the win. Pittsburgh is moving now one step closer into the round of 16. They are 2 wins away from figuring that out.
On to game 3, 2-0. Drexel lost both of their non-conference games back in week 1 to San Diego State and Texas A&M in 5. They trailed both those series 0-2 and got back to game 5 and lost it on both of those sets. Maybe kind of a similar situation here. They get to game 5, tie it up, and who knows what happens in a best of 3.
Absolutely. You definitely need the first game. Game 3 is very important. You do not want to be set up on a position to reverse sweep. And Drexel, who did arrive to the series first, they have had a sleepy start. After a very good opening minute, thanks to a little bit of sloppiness from Pittsburgh, it has been a battle of the Panthers fighting back, and they have really clawed their way all the way back into this one. After that opening goal from Drexel, it has been a 5-1 run for Pitt. Something needs to change here for the Drexel Dragon offense.
Barron's left the match. I think he's going to swap out of the Scarab for game 3 potentially, but we'll have to wait and see. This game 3 is coming up. We'll see if Barron is still, and he's changed back to Makar. He's back in he's in another weird car, it looks like.
Well, Barron continues. He's trying to change it up just a little bit more, and here he comes. First play belongs to Barron. You got to be careful. Do not pop the ball with those spokes on the end of that thing. That one's going to bounce off the post. Rebound was there. Kevin had a chance to shoot. Messi had gone for blood. He killed Zerf. Almost opened the net wide open for Kevin to shoot, but he did not get a piece of the ball. Kevin back now trying to find some retribution. That one will be taken away by Hotarubi. He's got some time and space. I don't know what just happened to his wave dash, but he's out of the play. His teammates not. Messi double tap, and that's cash money.
4:29, Messi puts away the opener, and number 6 Pittsburgh got to a great start already.
That missed wave dash from his teammate might have set up Messi for success. Had that wave dash landed, I think that ball gets 50'd, and who knows where it deflects to. But instead, it actually kind of fakes out the defender into touching that ball right into Messi, and it falls perfect for him. So Pittsburgh get another favorable bounce. Not sure if that was a calculated maneuver, but it works. Pittsburgh happy to take their fortunes into another lead. Drexel has had to play from behind a lot in the opening 3 games here. They're looking to draw even here. That shot from Zerf will get deflected all the way down by Duke. A couple players trading demos. Be 2v2 for just a moment as both players come back. Now Drexel to the back wall of Pitt. Nothing there. The Panthers will clear midfield. It's Barron in his new and shiny blue vehicle trying to find something, but there's just not much there.
3:40 left to play. Kevin back to center field. Duke broken up by Surf. Hotarubi back to center. Messi will feed through Hotarubi here, and again 3s across the clock. And Fox, Pittsburgh have just been the better team here through 12 minutes.
Yep, still plenty of time here in game 3. 1 goal can change everything. That's a favorable miss for the Dragons, although that is not favorable as 2 players go. Luckily for them, the third man was available, and he will save the day. That was Kevin who gets the goal. Barron and Zerf had double committed, and then a double commit right back by Pittsburgh will offset those errors, and the play from Kevin ends up bouncing off of him thanks to Zerf's maneuver, and a goal. Much needed goal for Drexel, as right now they were struggling to keep their heads above water, and that is a float, a little floaty, thrown to them thanks to Kevin.
Double commit now. Kevin waiting patiently around 1, around a second. Good 50 back for Surf. Open net, couldn't put it through. 1-1, still we go on at a 1 apiece, and a wide open net comes to fruition, but it's no good.
Absolutely not. That one is going to be a fake. Zerf pops it up. Nobody in blue will be there. Instead, Duke will say, I'll take that from here. Pocket picks by Kevin. Kevin with a chance to set up Barron. That shot didn't come. That one's going to be a rebound looking for Zaref. Drexel getting a bit more creative with their offense. The one thing they are lacking right now is a good shot. Even the shot that actually went in hit a couple of players before going in. Shooting accuracy and being able to place your shot right now should be on the to-do list for the Dragons because they are level, but they've had a lot more chances. They could easily be in the lead had some of these shots actually come to fruition for the team in blue.
Kevin up high. Drop down, no one home. Baron, but a miss again. And Drexel just has a lot of, not normal whiffs in the offensive zone as Surf tries to fire it wide.
That was close, looking a little bit better. That's going to be a fake out of Kevin, but has put this ball up for Baron, making Messi reach up and tip that one to safety. Not something you've heard a lot of, Messi playing goalkeeper, but it happens here in Rocket League. And now here's Duke, trying to find something towards midfield. He's got to pop over the defender, but that's also away from the net. Will it be played to safety thanks to Baron? Now he's looking to try find his own rebound, but Messi again. Good defense by Messi here in this game, which has been very, very non-conventional. Not only some strange cars, Nation, some strange bounces, some interesting plays and misses. It's been game three's been something, that's for sure.
We're still tied at 1. Okay, there's the tiebreaker. 2-1 for Drexel, minute 11.
So casual, too. Okay, there's the tiebreaker. What a call from Nation. Great read out of Zaref. Just a solid and sturdy shot. He jumps from his own quarter. Duke thought he had the green light to go up, but instead, Holter-Ruby must have called him off because he flipped back. And Holter-Ruby could not quite beat Zaref, and that is a big-time lead for Drexel when they need it most. Now they have to keep it. Kevin almost not in the right spot to make that save, but they do, and the Dragons will put the ball back into Panther territory. Holter-Ruby now tries to lead the attack. Turned away by Baron. Messi's got ball. This is not the player, if you're Drexel, to have the ball. Messi puts it in front of danger territory for Drexel. They'll clear it out. Thanks to Baron, who now has a touch. Gets it over the first man, second man. Who else? It's Messi again.
Down low, Baron towards the corner. 30 seconds left. Is Holter-Ruby still trying to stay with this ball? Baron shot is good. 3-1. 24 seconds, and Drexel a 2-0 run.
Well, that is a good reason for Baron to be playing right there, scoring a big-time goal for Drexel, widening the gap to 2 here in game number 3. Saw the question in chat why he's playing, and I believe Nation has some better insight, but Baron might have just put away game 3, and Drexel might be on the board here in what could be the final series for them unless they find a couple goals, but don't go anywhere. Messi puts it towards goal, and Baron has an own goal.
Kevin put that one towards Messi's direction. That couldn't make the save, and as far as I'm aware, I think Drexel is trying to wait till fall to ease guard into this roster to replace Baron, and Baron's just graduated. I think they're going to let him have his last little rodeo with this squad until the coming year of 2025. 26 school year, but Messi's got it tied.
Oh, it's falling apart. It is all falling apart. A 2-on-1 ends up being a give and go off the backboard. Holter-Ruby put a shot on. Not sure if Kevin would have made that save. Didn't matter because Messi is lurking there, and Messi continues to be a thorn in Drexel's side. This is a huge collapse. Nation, we've seen a 3-1 lead melt away in seconds.
And Pittsburgh, a fake kickoff reserve to commit, couldn't get it to fall. It's 4-3. Pittsburgh back in front.
What has happened? As the Dragons, they were ready to take a Game 3 dub into the next match, and Pittsburgh, out of nowhere, have pried it right out of their hands, and they have got their sword, their claws ready to sink into the Dragons' neck and slay the beast that is Drexel. They are on series point, and we're only headed to Game 4.
Drexel will need a reverse sweep to avoid a first round upset, which is a crazy thing to say in real time, in my opinion. But Pittsburgh have come away with 3 straight. That game they completely stole away from Drexel, and my goodness, look at the shot difference. I mean, it's 6-11. Drexel owned them offensively there in the last game, but things just fell apart late. Now they're going to need 4 in a row to stay alive.
I mean, just about anything that could go wrong did go wrong for Drexel. An own goal, a outnumbered opportunity 2-on-1, and a kickoff goal that ends up in the back of their net. That is why a 3-1 lead turned into a 4-3 loss in seconds. And now they face their toughest challenge to date as of now. If you want to see Drexel this weekend, you're going to have to see him on Champions Field first. It's going to take 4 in a row to try and keep the Panthers from sneaking their way into the round of 16.
It's going to be the 5th reverse sweep in CCS history if they get it done here in a best of 7.
And Barron is in an octane now. It's the first time we've seen Barron in a conventional car since game 1. Now Zaref's going to pop this one up into Messi. This has been a huge performance out of Messi tonight. Defensively and offensively, he has been everywhere. Duke got them started early on when things were looking a little sloppy for Pittsburgh. Since then, it has been huge. Hoda Ruby and the Messi show with a lot of offense coming out of those two. And how about another shot on goal? Zaref will turn that one away. Hoda Ruby, another good chance, but a better stop. Drexel keep this game close, and a nice little dribble over Messi, trying to set up the Dragons for something, but Duke has got Pittsburgh covered.
3:48 to go. Barron going to feed Kevin. Back up top. Here's looking for the bump. Gets the demo. It's good. 1-0.
Oh, that felt personal. That went right through your screen. You got to see Kevin quite literally fly right through your screen. A cloud of fire and smoke. Who else but Messi would be there to make that save? And Kevin, who has been watching Messi make save after save, says, all right, bud, let's see you make a save after this, and kills him. Takes him out. So a good bump there from Kevin. Now he's right back to it, looking for a 2-0 there as Duke will send that one away, but that has bought Drexel some time to put some resources forward. It will jump over here for Kevin. Nice 50 into the territory of Pitt. Duke saved his boost very wisely. Here to buy his team some time. He'll clear the ball, but Drexel not done yet. Put it right back in. Messi, the gatekeeper there for the Pitt zone. And now, Hoda Ruby trying to find something through Kevin. Some better defense out of both teams, keeping this a 1-0 game. As we move past the 2nd minute of play, and Drexel, so far so good, but if a 3-1 lead is not safe, a 1-0 lead is anything but.
So Ruby on target there, double, no good. Kevin off the save, Barron a whip down low. Duke couldn't put that one through the uprights. Halftime approaching here in game 4. Drexel so far so good through the opening 2:30.
Kevin's going to get his pocket picked by Messi. Barron there to help clean things up. Goes to the sidewall now. Hoda Ruby gave his life for this pass, and what a sacrifice it is. It is Duke to finish the goal. Hoda Ruby started. He wasn't alive to watch it come, but he is now back spawning, ready to enjoy a tied game on the next kickoff.
1-1, 2:29. Drexel survived the first half without giving anything up. It gave it up there at the first second of the second half, and now we're back to equilibrium as Messi wants a double here. Won't go to commit. And Drexel now got to score again to extend this series.
Hoda Ruby, flip reset. He and Messi try to do some work here. Hoda Ruby took the boost. Duke has got the next man presence to force Zaref's hand. Hoda Ruby gets killed by Kevin. Chance here to knock the ball around Messi, and they do, but it's behind Zaref. Some progress there needed to be made. He used his boost, tries to go maybe for a bump, but the wave dash on the wall did not work. Kevin has an exterminator here in game 4. He has been everywhere, including the demo that got his team the 1 goal. They're going to get another. It's Zaref able to pick that one up. Kevin's got his hand in this one. I've been talking about Messi. Kevin, on the other side of things, here when his team needs him most, feeds Zaref, and that little deflection off of his back is a thing of beauty.
1 minute, 47 seconds. Drexel has made it to the end of game 4. We'll see if they can find a way to get to game 5 at Fox. I mean, if this continues, I mean, what are the odds right now you think that we see Champions Field the way that Drexel is starting to play? I think they're starting to really take this series a little bit serious now. It's an 0-3 hole.
Well, they got to get through game number 4 first. There's still 90 seconds, and they have got to be feeling the effects of game 3 still in the back of their minds. They need a win. They need something to jar that confidence forward to repair what Pittsburgh had damaged there in game 3 with a 3-goal storm that forced Drexel back. And now here's Kevin. He'll go up, pops this one, looking for Zaref. Hodarubi will deny. Back for Baron now. He will dump it all the way down, looking for something out of Zaref. Has got the touch. Maybe a team passing play. No. Kevin had no boost, and now a passing attempt for Pitt doesn't work either. Messi gets taken out. So too does Zaref, but both teams trading demos. Nothing on target yet. Pittsburgh, they're trying, but Drexel, they're denying.
Messi, goal! 1-2-2. 44 seconds left, and we're tied at 2.
It's Hodarubi giving Kevin what he has been dishing all game long. Kevin's got an exterminator, but he gets bumped right off the backboard. Thanks to Hodarubi, and Messi's got an open net. How many times is someone named Messi going to miss one of those? Certainly not in that case.
40 seconds to go, and Fox, Messi just went big for this Pitt roster. Now we're back to level. Drexel's going to have to score again to get this series beyond game 4. As again, this clock starting to tick towards overtime, and Kevin wants to end it here. Potentially will. The redirect. What a shot! My goodness.
Oh my. That is a classy finish out of Zaref. Kevin goes up and over Messi. Duke reaching, trying to get that ball, and it's a deflection shot from Zaref, putting the backspin on it, and that one will fall right into the cup. Drexel have the lead. What a deflection, what a creative play to put themselves right back in the lead after another potential crumble. Pittsburgh's going to have to come back yet again, but they've got to stop Barron, who's got the flip, tries to set up Kevin for the kill shot. Not quite, though. Pittsburgh lives on, and they will try to force overtime here in the final seconds of Game 4.
As we're going to go to Game 5, Fox, and Drexel will survive the first 5 minutes of a reverse sweep attempt.
Zaref coming through big time thanks to Kevin's efforts, who had 100% goal participation, did Kevin, along with his exterminator. 1 goal, 2 assists for Kevin, putting Drexel through into the win column. That's win number 1. You almost threw that game like you threw Game 3, but they survive, and now all of a sudden your confidence has a chance to start building, and that is a great foundation, a good start, but a long way to still build, because Pittsburgh are 1 win away from punching their ticket.
On to Game 5. They survived 5 minutes, Fox. We all know that, reverse sweep, it's game by game. But, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. There's still a long road ahead here for the Dragons to the round of 16.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a long road ahead. Hobbs is not sold on the Baron play here. He needs to see a little bit more from the Drexel player. We'll see what Baron and his 2 buddies have to offer here in Game 5. There's still a loss away from ending their tournament run here earlier than expected. I have to see if the Panthers are ready to defeat the Dragon, or are we headed to Game 6?
We'll wait and see. It's Game 5, a new slate here for the Dragons, and Kevin might have something early here. Hodarubi will cover the clear for now, but, Pitt jumped out to a 3-0 lead on this one, Fox. But now this series just need 1 good game to close out Drexel.
Drexel's going to have to do some getting back here. Good play by Zaref. Takes a bump there on the player. Needed to get ball or bump. Got bump. Sent Messi packing, but Pittsburgh's not done yet. They'll put this ball right back into the front of goal. Zaref there to do some housekeeping. Knocks this one up towards the sidewall. Messi with a good 50. Kevin drops this one into Duke. He's got some time and space, and now he's got even more space. The demo from Hodarubi sets up the play, but Kevin, a good save.
Messi off the ceiling on target. Barron will cover the clear for now, and Pittsburgh are right back to blue territory. The opening 60 off the clock. We're still tied at 0. Kevin trying to get beyond 1. Duke put it back in play. Barron upfield clear here, blocked by Messi. The clear will come through, though. Drexel's offense now under the yellow zone here. The Pittsburgh side, and Fox, Drexel's offense much more put together the last 7 minutes.
Redirect almost from Kevin there. Pass for Barron, a little out of his reach, but he'll reach up and put this one in front for Kevin. The finisher from Kevin again. And his 100% goal participation continues as that run for Drexel. Every single goal that has gone in the last 2 games, Kevin has had a part of it, whether that be an assist, a bump, or a goal, or a combination of the 3. And now Barron will win the kickoff forward. Drexel with another lead here in Game 5. Pittsburgh, I'm wondering just how much are the nerves starting to come through. Just a little bit. They had a couple of fluky goals early on in the series to get here. And now that they are staring the Dragon down with their backs against the wall, the Dragons are not making things easy on the Panthers.
318, Surf 1-on-2, 50 lost into the corner. Duke there to recollect with Hodarubi. As the first 2 minutes off the clock, Drexel leading by 1. Duke will fire on target. Double commit the save made by Kevin. Play continues. 2 minutes down.
Duke will be next up. He's got some time. He's being challenged on the ceiling by Barron, who will force him wide with it. And Duke with a nice win forward, trying to set something up for his team. Nobody was there in yellow, and instead it'll be taken over by Zerf here. Zerf, some time to maybe get a flip here. Did not get the flip. Ended up losing the ball. And Barron will lose his life to Messi. 50 forward, Duke now looking for Messi. Cross the pitch. That shot will deflect wide. All the way in the corner here for Kevin. This is the man. If you are Drexel, you want to have the ball. Seeming everything that he has been doing has been going in the net. Now Barron's going to send it looking for Kevin. He goes for a double tap. Hodarubi had other plans. Barron will be sent to the scrap heap yet again by Messi. Messi, his touch right into Zerf. We've seen both teams really step up their game. We've seen more demos out of Pitt, trying to throw off a Drexel rotation that has picked up speed, power, and poise. Here comes Kevin. Goes for the bump on Duke. Duke had to opt away from that ball, leaving Messi alone. But as well as Messi's been playing, I'm pretty comfortable with doing that if I'm Pitt.
Minute 53 left to go. That's again in minute 48. This clock has been stacked against Drexel for as long as time. But now in this series alone, Drexel's got to find a way to battle through everything.
Oh, Barron, that's not a good 50, but that is a double demo. One for Zerf, one for Kevin, and Zerf comes back to make the save. A team defensive play. Pitt had numbers. The key word was had. That save from Barron as well will keep things at 0, but the double demo was huge for Drexel. They're finding ways now to keep this a 1-0 game. Keep that lead intact. Keep Pittsburgh thinking more and more that confidence is going to waver. That ball has stuck through everybody, and it's in the net. And who, I'll give you one guess, scored for Drexel Nation?
And it's Kevin Fox. He's got another one. 107. It is 2-0. Kevin's got both.
That's a tough miss there in front of goal. It does end up in the back of Pittsburgh's net. 2-0. Now here in Game 5. However, if you're just joining us, we got to see a 3-1 Drexel lead evaporate in under 30 seconds in Game 3 for Pittsburgh to win, and that might be starting their comeback here. That shot's going to go wide, but Messi's got the rebound, looking for Hodarubi. Falls through for Duke, but his shot is wide. Rebound too high as well, and Drexel slamming the door on the Panthers in that exchange. And all they could do is head back to their own zone and rethink things, heading back to the drawing board.
On to Game 6, potentially Fox, and they've now going to survive. It's 10 minutes after this clock is ticked off, and you know what a turnaround for Drexel here. You get, although again, they're only halfway through the reverse sweep attempt. They still got to win 2 more, but you know the first 10 minutes of it had been fairly solid.
Absolutely, Zerf with a big clearance all the way downfield. That ball's headed into the nets, and we are headed into Neo Tokyo. Big part of Pittsburgh's success early in this series were mistakes coming out of Drexel. Since then, Drexel has cleaned things up, and they are cleaning the Panthers right out of Aquadome, and they keep on sweeping them, headed towards Neo Tokyo. It would be a reverse sweep, trying to put them on Champions Field, but the Panthers will have another shot at eliminating this Drexel team next game.
Well, Drexel's lasted 10 minutes. We'll see if they can last 15, but Game 6 coming up. This is the game where everything can either turn really, really good or really, really bad. We'll see if Drexel can get good vibes.
And a big problem there for Pittsburgh is how little Messi was able to create in that game. Had a couple of saves, but was the lowest earning point member of that lobby. And with how he has been playing for Pittsburgh, he's really been sort of that throttle that has been kickstarting anything that Pittsburgh has been doing. And when Drexel was able to take him out of the equation, that made things a lot more easy on the team. They got a favorable bounce, a miss. They took the lead early, never looked back. So for Pittsburgh, I'm looking to get Messi back involved, get him on the pitch, and dominating the series like he's been doing. As for Drexel, well, it's the Kevin show. Get him involved, and things seem to be going the right direction.
4:55, Hodarubi, flip reset. Pittsburgh trying to stun number 3 Drexel. Zerf and open clear. Will put that one in. No, it's going to be saved, and that should have been the opener.
That was close. The post bailing out Pittsburgh. Things a little bit awkward here. The colors on the field a little bit confusing, with the reflection of the yellow bright enough to be seen on the blue board. But either way, we will play on as Duke will fend this one towards Zerf. He'll clear. Going for something off the backboard. Barron looking for a pass attempt, has spotted Kevin. But Kevin a little awkward here in the corner. Things not exactly going Drexel's way on that attempt. It'll be cleared away. Hodarubi, flip reset. Over one, goes for the bump, but Kevin has seen that a time or two, doing it himself. Back the other way. Duke forced to fend that ball off. A couple chances both directions, but defense standing tall. And a little bit more creativity is going to be needed here on Tokyo to get the first.
Duke launching forward here. Barrett towards the corner. Duke and Hodarubi trying to collide here. A chance down low. Messi fires. Denied by Zerf. Play will continue. Pittsburgh again led us earlier 3-0. If you're just now joining us in this series, a reverse sweep is on the cards. Double Duke is on the finish. 1-0.
Hodarubi, what a play there. The goal does not go through for them, but they do enough. They draw out Kevin and Barron because they had to respect that double attempt with how Hodarubi had it lined up. Instead, it is Duke there to poke in the rebound. A 1-0 lead thanks to Hodarubi and Duke. And that is just what Pittsburgh ordered after a shutout Game 5. They've got the opener in Game 6.
At the opener in a lot of these games, and they have won on most of those when they have scored first. They did score first in Game 4, and then Drexel scored 3 and answered it. Now this series, again, trailing 1 is Drexel. A must-see attempt there, no good. Off the, I guess, technical reverse must-see that would have been, because he was going under and up. But now 3 minutes to go, the clock continues to tick off box, and this just feels like, Pitt can take another step up, but when Drexel is on their game, they are one of the hardest teams in the country to beat, and now they know when they're trying at a full capacity like they have been since Game 4, it's anyone's to win, as that shot also turned away.
Hit the crossbar too. Kevin reaching in. His attempted wave dash on the wall doesn't work. Shot from Barron is on target. Hodarubi had to be ready and wary to that one. Hodarubi going to try to set up some offense as well. It's Hodarubi's turn to hold the torch, trying to carry the Panthers into glory for this weekend. Here's Kevin now. Pass in front, goes for the bump. It didn't matter because Messi was there to help out Duke, but now he's getting stuffed by Barron, who's got the... No, he doesn't get the boost steal. I thought he went through it, but no. Instead, Messi will take that boost for himself, and a lot safer ground now with the resources available for Pitt to clear. They'll send Drexel back to their own back wall where they're getting bumped. Kevin and Barron getting it by Messi, but it took a lot to get it by just the first man, which means third man for Pitt has got an open chance, but Barron with the dunk. Barron coming through. Barron is everywhere for his team right now. His speed has been impressive here in Game 6, but they are in desperate need of a goal. They might get one here. Barron with the carry, but Duke escapes the bump and gets the clear.
147 away from Pitt to slay the Dragon. 100 seconds here. Kevin and crew have got to score to keep this series and their season alive, as Duke going to be turned away for 90 seconds. This clock's starting to tick out pretty fast.
This touch forces Messi back on the back wall, has fallen to Zerf. Zerf looking for something. Taken away by Hodarubi. Look out, Hodarubi following this ball all the way through. Does he get a flip? He gets the ball through. That's the second time we've seen Hodarubi's single-handed effort beat the goaltender and giving Duke a wide-open net to shoot at. All Duke has to know is how to finish the ball 6 feet away from goal, because Hodarubi's heavy lifting is putting Pitt in a place to succeed.
118. Now Drexel going to need 2 to survive Game 6 and get to Game 7. I told you earlier, Game 6 is where legends are made and momentum starts to die or, starts to build. And now Drexel needs 2 in the final minute. And off the redirect there, a good look, couldn't put it away. Now back to the blue zone, 60 to play on the clock.
That was a good idea, just didn't quite work out. Zerf will take out Hodarubi on his way back. Now Hodarubi's in a great spot on the respawn. No, it's a whifty. No bump on Messi. Kevin, had he gotten a piece of Messi, that ball is likely headed right into the goal. But Messi stays alive. Here's Hodarubi looking for a playmaker here in a huge Game 6 effort. Zerf reaching forward, fakes out Messi. Barron's touch will go corner. And up for Kevin. Drop down. That one is a good read out of Duke, making sure that Drexel has nothing threatening, and it looks like the comeback nation is going to fall just short unless we get to see a couple Drexel goals in the final 20.
15 seconds left. Pittsburgh trying to do the unthinkable. And the opening round of Aaron will get a launch forward. Clock starting to tick out. 5 to go. They got to score here and now. Barron's got a fire. Couldn't get it to go. And Pitt's going to slay the dragon and move on.
That is a big-time game out of Hotel Ruby. We talked about Messi early on in that game. No, it was Hotel Ruby's 2 assists and 2 saves for each player on Pitt. And all Duke had to do was finish a couple of easy ones. Hotel Ruby, a couple of absolute classy passes. And a great team effort out of the Panthers will send Drexel packing. And you have to wonder, the Scarab and the Paladin, I think it was, they're in a couple games for Drexel. And those were a couple of losses that put them on series point as soon as they started to find their game. Too little, too late. And Pittsburgh will go through, and they will see the round of 16 coming up on Friday.
They're going to play Louisiana. That's going to be on your stream as well, Fox. And that's going to be a fun one. On Friday night, they'll take on Louisiana in the second round. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later as Pittsburgh denies the reverse sweep and pulls off the stunning upset. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all Friday for the round of 16.